It's been a race against time to conclude wage talks at the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council for Public Workers ahead of the budget speech by the Finance Minister in the coming week. The SABC gave the parties 21 days last month to canvass their members on the final offer from the employer, with the Bargaining Council spokesperson Uemam Barach indicating that some parties have already signed for the 5.5%.
So the 21-day period will lapse on the 18th of February. And thus far, we have had agreement from SAPU and NAPTOSA. Those are the two public service trade unions that have accepted the offer. And those two parties constitute a 17.6%. However, we need to have an additional 32.5% in terms of trade unions to constitute a 50+1 majority for the agreement to be deemed binding.
The Public Servants Association was one of the first to sign for the 5.5% wage offer, with the union's Claude Naika saying what brings their members comfort is an improvement in the non-financial benefits.
The first year, a proposed offer of 5.5%. In the second year, the increases will be coupled to inflation, but on condition if the inflation drops below 4%, employees will get a 4% increase. And if it escalates above 6%, then employees will get 6%. If the inflation is anywhere between 4 and 6%, well, that is what the increase will be implemented for the second and third year of the multi-term agreement. Coupled with that, we have an increase in the housing allowance, and in the second and third year, we also have an increase in the medical aid subsidy for employees as such. Also, there is increases in allowancing for the police and other sectors as well.
The public sector wage bill is one of South Africa's largest line items on the expenditure side, accounting for roughly 1/3 of the total expenditure. In the October mid-term budget policy statement, the Finance Minister made provision for a 4.7%. FEDUSA's General Secretary Rifta Ajam says they're looking for a good faith approach to the multi-term agreement, hopeful that government will stick to its end of the bargain.
NAPTOSA has indeed signed off on the agreement, and so too have our larger unions within the chamber, and that is NAPTOSA, the PSA, as well as HOSPIRSA. NAPTOSA within the Education Labour Relations Council would have the majority seat then, which ultimately means that our other unions in chamber, the SAOU, NATU as well, have signed off, and we are pleased to announce that the members have spoken. They have taken a number of issues into careful consideration.
COSATU is the largest bloc in the public sector, with the Federation's convener December Mavuso saying they're still consulting and seeking a mandate from their members ahead of the 21 days cut-off.
Our provinces are doing the final consolidation. We're looking at over the weekend at the national level to then receive all the reports from provinces and consolidate as different unions, and then meet either between Sunday and Monday as leadership of the JMC to then share notes from the different unions, and from there we will know where we stand as individual unions.
The 21 days lapses on the 18th of February, a day ahead of the budget speech, with government workers hopeful that all parties would have signed for the 5.5% multi-term increase. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.